Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to learn about the active and passive voice. Here are some rules. The biggest mistakes the students always do, they don't know what are the rules of active and passive. Mostly matriculation class 9 students face this problem a lot. Rules. Subject becomes object. Object becomes subject. Rule number 1, subject becomes object. Rule number 2, object becomes subject. Rule number 3, we use the third form of verb V3. V3 here stands for third form of verb. Rule number 4, we use preposition by. Helping verb is used according to new subject and tense. Which helping verb we use? We use helping verb according to the new subject and tense. We use preposition by after the V3. V3 means third form of verb. Where we use the preposition by, we use the preposition by after V3 means third form of verb and before new object. Rule number 7, how we are going to make the passive of present indefinite tense. If the tense is indefinite, present indefinite, we will use helping verb is or am or according to the new subject. If the subject is singular, then we will use is. If the subject is am, then we will use. If the subject is I, then we will use the helping verb am. And if the subjects are plural, we are going to use are plus V3. Keep this thing in your mind that V3 means third form of verb, and in all the active voice specifies only the third form of verb is used. Example, Khurshid helps Nushaba. Here subject is Khurshid, helps is verb, and this is the verb of present indefinite tense. Noshaba is object, and what are the rules that I have instructed you here? Subject becomes object, so that's why Khurshid will be the object and Noshaba will be the subject according to the rule of active and passive voice. Subject becomes object, object becomes subject, and we use third form of verb preposition by and helping verb according to the new subject. Passive voice will be Noshaba. Noshaba is helped by Khurshid. Here Noshaba becomes subject and Khurshid becomes sub object. And we use the verb is present indefinite, so we are going to use the helping verb is helped. Helped is third form of verb, and for the present indefinite we have used, to make the passive voice of present indefinite, we have used the helping verb is according to the subject because subject is singular. Noshaba is singular. Next, what is the rule? Number 8. If the sentence belongs to the present continuous tense, then what we will do? We will use is, am, are plus being plus V3. If the subject is singular, then use is. If the subjects are plural, then am, I. If the subject is I, then we use am and are for the plural subjects. And if the active voices belongs to the present continuous tense, these helping verb will already written in the sentence. What you will add? You will only add being plus V3. Here is the example of active voice. The example is they are buying this house. Now we are going to convert this house. This house is object, that becomes subject. This house is here present continuous are because the they is the subject, but according to the passive voice now the subject is singular, this house, so that's why we have used is according to the new subject plus being. As I have instructed you here, being will be added after the helping verb, and the third form of verb bought. By bought. This house is being bought by them. Rule number 9, what we will do if the tense belongs to the present perfect. if the sentence belongs to the present perfect and has have already written in the sentence, what is the rule? Add been and v3. V3 mean third form of verb. Active voice is she has beaten the dog. The dog is object, that will become the subject. The dog has, because the dog is a singular subject, so has is written, and what we are going to use? Been. Been beaten the dog has been beaten by her. Here is the mistake. Here you will add by her. So the passive voice will be the dog has been beaten by her. Next is rule number 10. What we will do if the sentence is in the past indefinite. Past indefinite means second form of verb is written, and how we are going to make the passive voice? We are going to use was and were according to the new subject plus v3. Example is the driver opened. Here you can see that opened is the second form, so it means it is the past indefinite active voice. The door of the car. The door of the car will be the subject used as a new subject was, because this is second form of verb opened, and to make the passive voice of this past indefinite, we use the helping verb was and were according to the new subject. The door is singular here, so we have used was. Opened, third form of verb, opened by the driver. Next, rule number 11 is past continuous. If the sentence is in the past continuous, was and were are already written in the sentence, then what you will add? You will add being plus v3. As you can see here, active voice, she was teaching the students. She was, here the she is singular subject, so they have written was teaching the student. This is past continuous, as the was and were or the helping verb of past. The passive voice will be the students were, because here the subject is plural. The students were being taught by her. So were according to the new subject, that are plural, plus being plus taught by her. What you will do if the sentence is in the past perfect, means had is written in the sentence, you will identify that this is the past perfect tense. Then how you are going to make the passive? What you will do? Had plus been. You will add been after had and v3. Keep this thing in your mind that we use v3 in the all passive voice sentences. Example is they had gained nothing. Nothing will be the subject, new subject. Had, as had is used for the singular subject and for the plural subjects. Nothing had been gained. Had plus been, as mentioned here, been gained, third form of verb, by them. Now how we are going to make future indefinite? What you will do if the sentence is in the future? Future indefinite means will is already written. What you will add? You will add be plus v3. Example is he will write a letter. A letter will be the new subject, so will, as a will is written in the active voice, then you will add be. Written is the third form of verb by him. Here we have converted the he into him. Future perfect. If the sentence active voice is in the future perfect, like will have is already written, what you will add? You will add been plus v3. Active voice is we shall have killed the snake. The snake will have been killed by us. The snake is a new subject, so will have, and now we have added the been, third form of verb, killed by us. Here is the note, also a note for you, and the note is sentences in the present perfect continuous past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous are not changed into the passive voice. Means last kind